7 months ago, our worlds were all turned upside down. Worldwide, millions of schools were forced to shut down because of a global pandemic. I myself, along with millions of other students, have had to adjust to a new way of life. That life being online school. Today, I will be discussing online school along with the pros and cons. I think everybody can definitely agree that going to school in your pajamas has definitely been a nice change. Online school gives students the flexibility to work whenever they want and at the convenience of their. In an article written by Levon, it states, distance learning has additional strengths beyond the traditional classroom lecture and self-paced instruction for both training and educational environment. Students can attend class without even going to campus. In other words, students have the ability to learn at their own pace and don't have to worry about getting to campus for class. You can easily just wake up in the morning and attend your class by simply opening your computer. Another perk to virtual learning is that there's a variety of ways to learn. In the same article from earlier by Levon, it states, one of the many versatile elements of cyber learning is the ability for students to participate either asynchronous, synchronous, or in a blended learning format. This means that students have the versatility to figure out what learning styles work best for them. Some students might work better on Zoom calls with their teachers and peers, while others might prefer pre-recorded lectures that they can watch on their own time. Something interesting about online school that I learned while doing some research is that it levels the playing field among students. Later on in the article by Levon, it concludes that introverts who are quiet in face-to-face classes really participate online. Everybody gets a chance to participate because everybody's just sitting on a computer at home. Students have time to respond to discussion boards and then comment on their classmates' responses. In general, online school creates a lot of flexibility for students so that they can do their school wherever they want. However, there are a lot more factors that play into online school. It is definitely not the same as in-person classes, and the connections that students build with other students is definitely lacking. I read an article by Eisenbach and Greathouse explaining an experiment about the effectiveness of online school, and it stated, there were many times they spoke of connections with their teachers, commented on how they longed for the opportunity to know more about their needs. Students don't get that same engagement with their peers, and therefore they don't end up building the same relationships with their teachers and classmates. There is definitely no ignoring the fact that online Zoom calls do not equate to the same interactions students get when they go to school. Another problem for online learning is keeping kids motivated enough to keep doing their schoolwork. In the same article from before by Eisenbach and Greathouse, it stated, the researchers found that students would often complete the bare minimum required to pass the class rather than focusing on gaining mastery of the course content. This just goes to show that kids are not able to be held accountable in the same way that they were in a face-to-face class. Kids do not have the same drive to do well in school because nobody is keeping them accountable. Something else to heavily consider when talking about online schooling is students' access to technology and Wi-Fi. In an article by Jessica Calarco, she explains, low-income students are significantly less likely to have the equipment and bandwidth they need to stream classes live from home. It's obvious here that not all students have equal opportunity to learn from home. Some students have to share one laptop among their parents and siblings, or some students just don't have a quiet space to work. Overall, not all students have an equal opportunity to succeed in online school, and in general, online school can be quite difficult for some students. There are many pros and cons to virtual education. Some students benefit while others do not. Either way, students all around the world are having to do the same thing. We are all just trying to adapt. All right.